How can we focus on one thing at a time on that list? I used to have a sign that I would put up that said, "Out of my mind, be back in 5 minutes." Have you ever felt like that?
Speak Easy Studios. Speak and be heard.
Welcome back to Me Monday. Today we're going to talk about focus. Have you ever felt like it feels really hard to focus on the most important things that you have to do? I know sometimes that happens to me because we get so caught up in what we have to do, the things that are important, maybe the things that have a timeline, the things that have priority. And yes, they're important and we do need to focus. But sometimes we might have a to-do list that feels like the never-ending priority and everything has to be done at once. When we feel like everything has to be done all at the same time or the world is going to crash, that is going to impact our focus. And then we might not be really getting everything done in the best way possible. So what can we do about that? Imagine for a moment you're listening to this podcast, and while you're listening to this podcast, are you focused on your never-ending to-do list? All the things that you are trying to focus on but aren't, and you're trying to take these few moments to listen to Me Monday. It's really tough, right? Does your to-do list have an end? Do you ever get to finish the to-do list that you have each day? And how does that make you feel? How can we get more focus? You might already feel, oh my gosh, now I'm thinking about this never-ending to-do list. So how can we focus on one thing at a time on that list? I used to have a sign that I would put up that said, "Out of my mind, be back in 5 minutes." Have you ever felt like that? I wouldn't be surprised if you did. So how might it feel to maybe take that list and cover everything below the thing at the top and just focus on that one thing? Get it done, mark it off, say victory in your head, and then move on to the second thing. Instead of trying to focus on everything all at once, most often that can feel so overwhelming that we just don't accomplish half of those things rather than feeling that victory of finishing them all. But how might it feel to just celebrate each thing one at a time as you get it done? Might that feel different? This is an interesting thought. So we've talked about Me Monday. Most of the people that I share Me Monday with will tell me, I can't because I have to do this. Or I can't because I have to do that. I have to take care of this person. I have to take care of that person. I have to take care of the people at work. I have to take care of the people at home. I have to take care of everybody. Oh my. That's a tough job and responsibility to put on yourself. But do you have to do all of those things? Or can you choose how often you do those things? Can you choose who you make a priority in that moment? I'm not by any means saying ignore some people and only focus on others. What I'm saying is we don't have to be everything to everyone every moment of every day. You can take things one at a time, and you'll feel much more accomplished. So ask yourself, when you say to yourself, I can't because I have to, do I? How might I be able to do this differently so that it works for me and I feel better? I'll ask you, when you have this never-ending to-do list, how do you think it might feel to just take one day and allot some time to do something for yourself? Would that help you get a little more clarity to be able to focus on the rest of your list? Doesn't have to be a lot of time. It could be just a small part of your day that just focused totally on you. What does that look like? For me, it's getting up an extra half an hour early than I have to every morning so that I could sit and enjoy my cup of coffee in the morning, undisturbed, just my time. And I can do whatever I want with that, whether it's check my email, whether it's read an article, whether it's researching something, or whether it's maybe just playing a little game on my phone, checking my Instagram and social media. Doesn't matter. That half hour is my time with my cup of coffee to do what I want. What would you choose to do on that time on Me Monday? So many of us, from conversations that I have had, express that when you have a to-do list, it feels like you're the only one that can take care of those things. And when you feel like your to-do list, those responsibilities are for your eyes only, and your list is that long, your eyes are going to be rolling in so many directions, you're going to be dizzy, and it can be hard to focus. So by focusing on one thing at a time, you're keeping your eyes in one direction. And maybe you could even let somebody's eyes take a look at something on your list. Maybe they can help. And maybe your focus could be a little bit clearer, and you won't have to get dizzy each day. Today we've talked about focus. We've talked about the to-do list. I can't because I have to. We've talked about the importance of some me time and actually questioned what that might look like for each of you. I've shared what it looks like for me. Imagine what it might be like creating that Me Monday routine, even if it's only about 15 minutes once a week, every week, and establishing that me time routine. That can make every day feel just a little bit better. And every day you can figure out a little something new. And instead of saying, I can't because I have to, you can say, me time on Me Monday helps me decide what I want to. So have a great Me week and come back next Me Monday and we'll talk some more. Thanks for listening.